lot of targets. That nade was huge as Mantu takes one from afar. Here comes the C. Well, the CZ didn't do a whole lot, did it?
Yeah, but it doesn't really seem like it's going to be needed. It did do a small bit of damage. It's actually Issa then who starts tapping away and eventually finds that player up towards heaven, leaving it all onto FaceCrack now. Still fairly winnable, even though he is 5 health. Fortunately, that nade landed on the middle of the bomb site. Not going to be finishing him off, so he still stands a fighting chance of Molly, which could maybe cut off one of these sides and give him the ability maybe to focus a little bit more on one angle. But no, takes the peak, ends up going down. One shot to the body was plenty. And of course, not going to be struggling for time either to get that defuse in. So OG able to pick up the opening pistol round. Huge from Issa and huge from Mantu as well.
Molly alongside it, but in the pistol, you just can't get a whole lot alongside him, Molly, if you do go for that investment. Lexi B had flashed up Mantu, unfortunately, and they're all being torn apart. OG, despite winning the first round, are not getting on a whole lot too well. Everybody's low for the most part, so MBK's got some easy fights ahead of him, but he can take down Zapower, who quickly headshots him out of the game. Valda in a 1v4, and well, he did some great damage in the first round. Let's see if he's got it in the tank for a second.
Probably not in the 1-on-4, let's be real. There's 2 of the players quite low. FaceCrack and Almas are both within just a couple of bullets, especially as he
risks. forZe lose the opening duel, but they trade back immediately. That's just fine for them. A deagle from afar spotted as Jerry looks to make his way into CT, but that's not necessarily for a B split. They have left the bomb behind and still have a lot of chances overall. I mean, OG clearly just fell for the bait there. Running on up through heaven, thinking that the players, because a lot of noise.
Point. A little bit of a B stack coming in. Are they getting aggressive? At least one player is around upper. I'm surprised the other players didn't try and push up the ramp as well. Eventually, you will see Valda actually fall, and the issue is the rotation had already begun from the other 2 players because forZe have already just walked over that A bomb site. They've also pushed out onto B. They just don't care at this point. They want the money for those SMGs, and despite FaceCrack falling, it will still be the... Seems like the goal is going to be to bring this on towards A, but they don't have the bomb at the moment. They need to make sure they pick that up before they really go forward. They've only got 38 seconds as well, so they need to get it soon.
I think Flip was just going up at a pop dog to throw that smoke. He's going to go back down. Okay. I was wondering why they left control down there. I think Jerry swapped positions, though, just to make sure they didn't retake it. Yeah, definitely going to be an A hit with Almazer already out.
Probably like, how the hell did Almazer get into that position? He obviously creeped out A very early. And at the point he got that kill, only Den.
And actually now going... Oh, it looked like he was going to go through the smoke for a second. That nade! Oh, that's going to finish him off for sure. Goodbye, FaceCrack. A good attempt. And a man advantage now for OG on the retake.
Yeah, the aggression actually backfiring a little bit in the long run. It did run down some time, at least, for them. As you can see, Jerry right now is just hoping to be able to sit in the smoke and get himself the knife. Going for it. Alexi Vito stops the fuse and gets the headshot. And now it's all on Flint. 2 healthy... Gives a chance. Yeah, it's not really needed. I guess he wasn't expecting anyone to be pushed out, but they should have known. They had spotted it earlier on. They knew there was players showing presence, and Mantu ends up going down as well, as Z-Power is going to be able to pick up the op pick. Suddenly it's a 4-on-3. It is shifted back in favor of forZe. They're going to set themselves up for B, where FaceCrack has already creeped out. A free kill eventually. He was waiting to see if he could spot a little bit more, maybe.
That AWP. Don't look. Oh, that's unfortunate. If Alexi was looking at his right, he would have found it. At least MBK might get away. He finds a kill. They know where he is. They're trying.
Ivy, and it does seem like it is probably going to be this A split once a couple entries come in from the D side. Already actually finding a bit of aggression towards Pop Dog. The boost for Mantu up on top of the box is their close Ivy. Unfortunately not working out, because once he lost the teammate towards Pop Dog, he had to shift his attention. Just at that moment is when the push comes in through Ivy as well. They don't have the bomb for the moment, to be fair, so it's going to be a few seconds before they can get that in place. And actually,
a pause coming through after this round to try and discuss exactly where they're going to deploy things.
We don't.
Well, exactly, right? This late on in the game, whoops, almost dropped my fan remote. Would have hurt my foot. But 6-2, you really have to start, as Alexi B is here to help. But Valda, they're coming through the smoke. And they've no idea! The spray down is amazing! 3 players taking down a 4th as well. And the round is won by OG in the weirdest of ways. There's no way. How would you predict a player to be there at that stage? It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and they all just ended up, unfortunately, being in a perfect line for Valde. The first few bullets getting 3 kills, spamming away for a 4th, not being too far off, nearly catching the player in the background as well. As Mantu is going to be there to close it out and ensure that the efforts of Valde voted that there is one player around the spawn. So they know where they are if they wanted to. It just doesn't seem like they really want to risk losing their own weapons, knowing that there is still quite a few rounds to go in the half. They could do with the money potentially.
That whole time.
Your mic was muted the whole time. Are you serious, Mitch?
I'm so sad. I'm sorry, people.
The streamer gonna be like question mark question. Yeah, cast it.
Yeah,
because of the delay, it's only coming up now, so I didn't even know.
And you're like, yeah, I was gonna say that, Mitch. Yeah, good point. Sounds like you're going crazy. Oh, that's my bad.
It's a little bit of a chance right there for OG to maybe recover the round, but Z-Power says no.
Maybe they don't expect Valde to be in position.
Yeah, may actually be able to catch them off guard. The Deagle as well. Perhaps he can line up for a couple of shots. Tries to actually move forward after getting the first one, unfortunately. And with that, will be taken down by Face Crack. Another player up close on B. A quick rotation as well coming through from Mantu to try and give some help. So maybe there is still the chance for a bit more damage to be done, but it's not looking like the round is going to be too achievable. As I say that, though, Mantu obviously gets himself one kill. Unfortunately, being left alone on 12 health, that is not ideal, but apparently the circumstances don't matter. Gets himself an instant headshot.
That he shines through. Look at this, Face Crack's already down on B, not even any utility to get him down there, and Zapower is the one to trade him. Now B is firmly under their control. They're planting the bomb, but look at the position.
NBK. Spawn, very aggressive from Jerry. That's an interesting choice. There's still a decent amount of time, so that peek really wasn't needed. But OG need to go so quick. They need to start moving forward. They're still towards the back lines. They've now lost a player as well to Z-Power. And at that point, they realized that there's really not too much opportunity for them to win the round anymore. So backing away. Is it going to be allowed, though? Flit is making his way around through Old Bomb Train to see if he can maybe take one of these weapons, or maybe even both of them out of the hands of... That's how you play the game. You just try and be as awesome as you can. You just want to entertain the fans.
Exactly.
Nice kill, though, by Mantu. It's one of the better beginnings that they've had to round. By far. Oh, okay. Some trades coming in. My auto-director is being useless is a possibility.
Yeah, has to be cautious of the player coming through the door now, but as he comes around, is the perfectly timed flank. Face Crack right up behind. I really don't think Mantu gets away with much here. There's no way he suspects the player to be behind him. There's one shot. If the shots...
Well, they were incredibly aggressive in the beginning towards main, but pretty much given up the control that they found at this point, and as forZe move forward, they're finding the frags.
Now, 2 on the board already. OG falling apart at the seams up on top of the train. It's just a FAMAS that waits, and Valde, he doesn't have to wait much longer. With the sweet, sweet hands of death around him. Well, OG have got a 2v5 to make happen, and smoked out coming in through Con ain't looking all too likely. This is the one that has to open up some space, but Almazer's just waiting. Swings out wide. Actually gives a chance as he goes too wide. Issa now, with CT control, can cause a bit of a distraction for Mantu, who's also rotating CT. They're burning up that clock. Now, time is going to be their enemy. We've seen OG lose rounds because of this before. And yeah, they completely different approach. Down towards the... Oh, no! Almazer! He thought he'd at least survive. He was back brown. He got smoked out, and then Issa just domes him. They're still pushing as well. The confidence being on display from OG is out of the stratosphere.
Yeah, that's what you need to see right now when they're down so massively. It's going to be a long road ahead of them. But for this pistol round, at least, they are making it look easy. Convincing it is. And yeah, they just continue to take heads. It's all on Face Crack's positions now, and they're hunting him down. And although
but unfortunately for them, yet again, OG looks to move in towards B, and they're already out of upper. The solo Almazer couldn't cover that angle.
The force play, they did save it over, and in the long run, obviously, ended up dropping the map. But they're hoping that here with the 2 scouts, that they're going to be able to give them...
Hello, Jerry. Goodbye, Jerry.
Oh.
They're being very wary.
Alright. He's a poet. Not looking too good on the... Not looking too good on the kind of force buy, the saved over force buy. At least until I begun to speak those words, because there was one scout pick just found beforehand, and the Deagle as well being able to do a little bit. Damage being connected also by...
He's got no teammates anywhere nearby. All 3 are in upper B, and the T's know exactly where he can be. Dancing around the trains, making his way to the site. And if he can tuck in there and wait for his teammates, survive, he just might. As OG look to move on forward with the util coming over. They have no idea about Almeida.
Alda's out on B, and I think he has an idea Jerry's around this area. Should be checking it. Spots face crack coming down the ramp, but I don't think he expects the second player. No, there is just no way. This entire round has been crazy, and yeah, as you said, at the moment, Power is in towards A main. He's not going to be able to stop the bomb plant itself. And doesn't catch Issa before going into into Pop Dog either. But he will eventually get Alexi B. Has the angle held as well. Follows up with the second on Issa. You said he missed them just about with the timing initially, but it doesn't matter in the long run.
Yeah. He realized he really had to be there. With the smoke they throw him for the left side, you know that there's not a player around green who's watching down to Ivy or CT. With that, where else is he going to be? Maybe standing on top of the bomb site? That'd be...
With some drops and such coming in. But they've spent everything, so if they're to lose this round at that point, they're in trouble. Likely giving away map point. But as I say that, it doesn't matter. NBK already finding 2 openings as he probes around main. Will eventually fall, but what he's done is, of course, pulled some players away from this B bomb site. They're playing a bit more passive. Still being effective for 1 kill there from Almazar at least, but the trade comes in with that now the bomb site going to be lost. What? I didn't catch it.
That's
my dog's barking, by the way, sorry.
Bill, utility is half bought at least. Flit gets taken very low, but FaceCrack trades back that damage for a kill. They don't know he's on the right, but quick reactions by MBK almost pull it off. As I'm speaking, though, MBK's left all alone. Doesn't know about the CT flank. Boom! Goes the hedge onto FaceCrack, but he keeps on going. Makes it around. But everyone he looks at is already dead. He's giving orders to his teammates as these guys are being executed. And it's all left down to Alexi B in the end. He's being spotted, he's being tagged, and he's being killed. That's going to be the end of the game as forZe take it 16-6. In a very convincing manner here on the final map, considering how things went down. I mean, they looked good and in